Here at iFixit headquarters, we are proud of the fact that most of our team is still using 2012 Unibody MacBook Pros. These tanks have held up incredibly well over the years, and for the most part, they are still perfect workstations. But for those of us working extensively with Photoshop or compiling code, the 2012 Pros are starting to show their age. That means it's time to find a new machine for a good chunk of the iFixit office. Before we jump in and tell you exactly what we're upgrading to though, let's take a very quick look at the 2012 Pro to see just why it's so close to our hearts. Under the lower cover, you have immediate access to the battery connector and 2 SODIMM slots for upgrading memory. For storage, we've swapped the original hard drives with SSDs, which is another easy upgrade, and we've even got a modular wireless card. In addition to all this modularity, these MacBook Pros have easy to remove batteries, fans, displays, and even a modular keyboard. That last one's a bit of a pain to swap, but at least it's possible. For a new laptop, we're hoping to find something equally as repairable as these 2012 Pros, but with a modern processor and feature set, and ideally some sort of integrated graphics. Most importantly, we want to find another laptop that will last us 9 or 10 years like these did. It's a shame Apple doesn't make them like this anymore. So let's look at our candidates. The first one, in a surprise to no one, is the Dell XPS 15. We gave it an 8 out of 10 in our teardown last year, so we know it's repairable. We can spec it with up to a 4K display and a GeForce GTX 1650 Ti, and for a 15-inch laptop, it's pretty dang thin and light. The drawbacks? Dell went the Apple way and only put USB-C ports on this thing. Card reader is appreciated, but a USB-A port would be more appreciated. Apart from that, this is a little big for my liking. I'm constantly bouncing between my house around the corner from the office, the 3 photo stations we have here, and the video studio, so this is kind of a lot to haul around. And while the 10th gen 6-core processor is powerful, it also sucks a lot of power, so battery life isn't as great as I want it to be. Next, we had to try something from Razer. With Apple automatically eliminated from this competition for repairability reasons, Razer is probably the next best thing we can get when it comes to build quality and fit and finish. This is last year's base edition Razer Blade, a 15-inch gaming laptop. This one has a 4K OLED display, an NVIDIA 2070 Max-Q, and the same 6-core 10th gen Intel processor from the Dell XPS 15. It also has a great array of ports, a fancy RGB keyboard, very important for office work, and it's repairable to boot. Under the hood, you'll notice we have 2 SODIMM slots, an upgradable NVMe drive and wireless card, modular fans and speakers, and a tiny 65 watt-hour battery that's only screwed down. But it's not perfect. It's considerably bulkier than the Dell XPS, battery life was nowhere near what we need, and Razer only makes a few SKUs of the Blade, so to get the bright color accurate display we need, we have to pay for other specs that we don't. Finally, our last contender, the new HP NV14. The NV14 is a little lean on ports compared to the Razer, but it has the essentials: 2 USB-A, 1 USB-C, and a full-size HDMI. It's also just lean in general, considering the power it wields. This thing only weighs 3 pounds. There's unfortunately only one display spec, but it's good enough, especially after calibration. Inside, the Envy is packing a 4-core 11th gen Intel processor and an NVIDIA GTX 1650 Ti. That 4-core processor is great for power efficiency, but it's not all rainbows. On the inside, you'll see the board is pretty much dominated by fans and heat sinks. These are modular, but unfortunately do not leave enough room for even a single stick of socketed RAM. We do still get an upgradable NVMe drive, easy battery and speaker replacement, and other general HP repair friendliness like labeled screw sockets, but ultimately there's no arguing that this machine is the least repairable of the 3. So which one did we choose? By popular vote, the Dell XPS 15. Its balance of power, size, and repairability was by far the favorite here at iFixit. The winner in my heart will always be the NV14 though, and thankfully we get to choose. Did we miss an awesome repairable laptop? Let us know in the comments, but don't suggest an M1 MacBook. I'll be taking this, and I'll see you next time.